Python is very famous for writing one-liners. One-liners help us to write concise code. They also use the good features of Python, and you can say they are Pythonic. And one-liners mostly use list comprehension, and as a result they are faster than for loops. Hi, how are you doing? I'm Guru Rajan. Welcome to my YouTube channel to watch this sequence of videos in Python programming. In this video, you will learn about how to use Python one-liners to take input from the user in the form of a list and in the form of a matrix. Shall we begin? Here we will see how to take input from the user in the form of a list and then do this as a one-liner. You can see that we have the map function. We have the map, which is a built-in function which takes two arguments. The first one is the function and the second one is an iterable. The iterable comes in the form of input.strip.split. Now the split splits the input we give when there is a space between. Let's say, for example, we give this input and there is a space in between the inputs. And whenever there is a space, the split function divides the numbers given, and when the strip function removes any trailing or leading blanks that appear in the input. As you can see, even though we gave a lot of trailing spaces, they are removed and then converted into a list. So the map function applies this integer function to the iterables that we receive from input.strip.split. And once we get those integers, a list is created by the list function. So the list takes this output of the map and then a list is created. Once the list is created, we then use the sorted function in order to sort the list numbers we get, and 35, 5, 99, 17 is actually sorted as 1, 5, 7, 34 and 99, and by default ascending order sorting is used, and once it is sorted, the print statement naturally prints that. So we actually do so many things in one function. For example, we split the input, we strip the trailing and the leading blanks, we take the input, we apply integer function to all those things, we create a list out of it, we sort the list and then we print it. So if you see, we do 7 different things in one line, and this is also very concise, but it is somewhat difficult to understand in the first point. But once you understand how each of these individual elements work, it works like a charm. Now let us see how we can accept a matrix as input using a Python one-liner. So as you can see here, let us say that I have 3 rows and 2 columns. So which means totally I have to give 6 elements in the matrix. So let's say I'm giving these 6 elements. Here we go. So I gave these 6 elements in the matrix. So you can see the for y in range, it tells the number of rows in the matrix, and for x in range column, so it takes the values in the column. So there is a list comprehension inside a list comprehension. So it is slightly counterintuitive. So we usually think the first for loop is the outer for loop, the second one is the inner for loop, but we usually think the outer for loop is the first one and the inner for loop is the second one. But the for y in range is actually the outer for loop, which takes care of the number of rows. Now we have given the number of rows and columns as input, and then we have accepted the input using this Python one-liner. Let's see how we can print this with the one-liner that we have. So as usual, this for loop outside is for the rows and this for loop here is for the columns. So as you can see, the numbers we have given are printed in the form of a matrix, but it is a one-liner matrix. If you want the output in the form of a matrix, you can use the conventional double for loop to print that. As usual, it is so intuitive, we might neglect the simple print statement we have, which actually prints the two-dimensional 3 rows by 2 column, 3 cross 2 matrix. So you can see how easily we can take input in the form of a matrix using this Python one-liner. So hope you liked this video which showed about the single line user input in the form of a list and in the form of a matrix. Please leave a like and subscribe. Please leave your comments in the comment section below for any other similar videos you would like me to do. Thanks for watching.